And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Up first, the fire danger graphic here forecast for Monday. Extreme fire danger continues in the Yukon Flats there and off to the southwest as well, with very high fire danger farther to the south and southwest there, right up to the Alaska Range and out to the Yukon River. And now high fire danger over the remainder of the upper Tanana Valley areas. High to very high in the Copper River Basin as well as in the Susitna Valley. And moving on to satellite imagery, you can see a lot of clearing here over the eastern interior. More clouds back to the west and back into the clearing here, Seward Peninsula and the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta. Fair amount of clearing, Bristol Bay down to Kodiak Island today. Area of clouds with showers and thunderstorms here from the Brooks Range all the way down into the Kuskokwim Valley. Had some more thunderstorm activity earlier today around Iliamna Lake. And thunderstorms breaking out this afternoon in the Susitna Valley, mostly over the Talkeetna Mountains, and starting to build up over the Chugach Mountains just east of Anchorage. Otherwise, kind of cloudy with showers over the southeast coast. And out to the west, next system pushing clouds already. The Cirrus Shield with the next pretty good storm, kind of a change out west here beginning to take place there as we see on the chart. Not on the chart yet, but the clouds of precipitation still a fair ways out to the southwest. Otherwise, high pressure controlling the Bering Sea with light winds and dry conditions. Low clouds all the way from the Aleutians and areas all the way up to the Bering Strait. And another mostly sunny day for the Arctic coast, North Slope areas there, with scattered thunderstorms or isolated thunderstorms developing here along the Brooks Range down in toward the, maybe the northern, or in toward the Noatak Valley possibly, and also here over the western interior, as I mentioned, Susitna Valley, and eastward there, eastern Copper River Basin, of course, into the Yukon, and isolated showers here over the southeast coast. And for tonight, still a slight chance of a shower or two for the Panhandle with some clearing periods. Thunderstorms diminishing over the interior tonight and stays dry with light winds from the Arctic coast down into the Gulf of Alaska, Bering Sea. No change there, but this system starting to spread some rain now into the west central Aleutians with a front farther off to the southwest. Then that front tomorrow afternoon pushes right up into Adak and Atka, and look for some gale force winds in advance of that front tomorrow as it continues to deepen. Otherwise, high pressure over the northern Bering Sea, light winds, a lot of clouds though for the Bering Strait southward there to the Alaska Peninsula. Look for some clearing and a northeast offshore wind flow here for the southwest coast. Up into the interior, temperatures in the 70s to 80 to 85 over the east side again, and 60s to near 80 over south central Alaska, with thunderstorms developing over the Chugach Mountains, Kenai Peninsula, up into the Talkeetnas, Manuska Valley, and also for the western Alaska Range there, and also up here over the northern areas, and possibly just north of the border here, north of the Panhandle there, northeast of Yakutat. Otherwise, still a chance of a shower for the southeast coast. And then for the day on Tuesday, now we have a 976 millibar low here tracking into the southern Bering Sea. A big change there. Gale force northwest winds coming in around the backside of that into the central Aleutians, with increasing gale force winds here for the Pribilofs down to the eastern Aleutians into the Alaska Peninsula, and also winds will gradually increase along the southwest coast, especially Tuesday evening. Otherwise, sunny and hot for the east side here, with highs in the lower to, well into the 80s, call it, back, and then cooling back into the 50s toward the coast. And another nice day all the way up to the Arctic coast, mostly sunny skies, 60s to near 80, warmest in the Susitna Valley, 70s for the inland areas of the Kenai Peninsula. Not a bad day for the Copper River Basin, and should be a dry, shower-free day, hopefully, for the southeast coast with a few sun breaks. Lows for tonight down that way in the 50s, lower to mid, and lower 50s for the Copper River Basin, 50 to 55 south central Alaska, and from Kodiak Island, all of the interior in the 50s. 30s for the Arctic coast and North Slope into the Bering Sea, lower 40s for the Aleutians and southern Bering Sea. Highs for tomorrow, again, lower to mid 80s for the central and eastern interior, cooling back to near 60 toward Norton Sound, and 50 50s right out along the coast, upper 40s actually along the Bering Sea coast, and mid 70s, 75 to 80 for the Susitna Valley, 65 to 75 for the Kenai Peninsula, and near 80 for the Copper River Basin. 70, say around Hay and Skagway tomorrow, otherwise in the upper 50s, lower 60s for the southeast coast. Not much difference in the lows for Tuesday morning than what they'll be Monday morning. And for the highs, Tuesday afternoon, again, 80s for the central and eastern part of the state, north of the Alaska Range, 70s, Susitna Valley, Copper River Basin, and lower 70s in the Kenai Peninsula, cooler near the inlet. And mid 70s now for the northern panhandle, and otherwise 60 to 65 elsewhere down the coastline.